Welcome back to SVP. Today we're back with another instalment, episode 3 of the Mini Cooper S R53 project. So in this episode we're going to be covering the front of the engine. We're going to be rebuilding all of that. That includes supercharger, inlet manifolds, injectors, all new water pump, gaskets and seals where required. Also going to be putting the rocker cover back on and we'll see how far we get. So let's get stuck in. So as you've seen, we've now got the supercharger on the car along with the inlet manifold. So we've put new gaskets in all of this throttle body pipe work here. Throttle body's all pretty much on. A couple of bolts just to go in here, but it's on all down this end. We've got all the inlet on, all the injectors, started plumbing up all the vacuum lines and the thermostats on with all the lambdas now connected and the map sensors. So it's looking pretty cool now. Next up, we're going to get the aircon pump, the alternator back on, all the aux belt and ancillaries on the side of the engine. So we'll crack on with that now. So we've now got the alternator, the aircon pump and the aux belt on the car. They're all fitted up and connected up. All the electronics here onto the alternator and the aircon pump. The lines are back on the pump. So obviously we'll have to put in the aircon rad, the radiator, connect up the water hoses. These are all on now as well. We're also going to have to put the airbox back in along with the ECUs, and they'll obviously be changed for the John Cooper Works ECU. Then be onto the cam cover and the intercooler. So it's really coming together now. Going to be putting oil in it, changing the filter, fuel filter as well. Then we'll also have to change the ignition barrel and the little, I think it's the EWS module to get it to run on the John Cooper Works ECU. So we'll do that now and we'll come back and hopefully we'll have it running. We're really getting through it now, not far from firing it up. We've just finished off rebuilding all the airbox, assembling all of that with the Orranje induction kit on the top. We've also rebuilt the rocker cover with all new gaskets and little O-rings around the things, with new stainless bolts. So it's all looking really cool and quite complete now. So as I just said, that's the Orranje airbox. JCW plaque now glued onto the cover. So yeah, I've just got all this connected down here. Next up, we're going to be getting the intercooler on. And then once the intercooler's on, we'll start working out the front end, getting a bit of water in it, and then it'll be time to run her up. We've also cranked it over, got oil pressure up, as you'll have seen in the clips. So the engine really is ready to go. So the intercooler's now on the car with all the cover on top. John Cooper Works cover, looking really cool. It's now time to fire it up. It was a bit of a pain to work at all the brackets and see where they all go. Obviously we were given the car half completed, but they're all in place as they're meant to be. We'll go and turn the key and just run it briefly, check it all runs, because obviously there's no front end on it at the moment, so we can't run it for long at all. So as you've just seen, the car runs quite well, to be honest, especially as it's not even warm, just on cold start there, but it idles really good with the Newman Phase 2. So next up, going to put the front end on, radiator, aircon rad, regas the aircon, build it all up, bumper, get all the lights and horn plug back in, put some water in it, bleed it all through, and check all the levels over, and then give it a run up the road. So we've got all the front end on the car now, aircon rad, radiator, got all the coolant pipes connected up with coolant in them now. So it's just bleeding through nicely, engine's running sweet, aircon's all on now, the rad is just gonna have to put some gas in it. So we're just waiting for it to bleed up, get the heaters warm, let the fan kick in, and then we'll gas it up and we'll put the front end on. So as you will have seen, we've now got the car completely bled up and running. It's running really well. The Newman Phase 2, some nice pops and bangs, John Cooper Works ECU, 380cc's, it's running really well. I've taken it for a short drive up the road, as you'll have seen. A couple more bits to do, just a fuel filter to finish things up. And then this car will be back with us for suspension work and brake work. So it will have, I think it's going for Bilstein suspension, I think the Mini Challenge spec stuff, and I think it's probably having the John Cooper Works brakes of some sort, or the Megane Brembos, which is another common upgrade. But for now, this is the end of episode 3 and the end of the Mini R53 project for now. A couple of months and we probably will have episode 4, as I say, with suspension and brakes. So thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe and comment, and we'll see you next time.